Hi you guys, welcome to card 6 of my 2013 Halloween card series. I kind of messed up and forgot to push record as I was coloring the pumpkins, but the stamp that I used was the Whippersnapper's Stack O Pumpkin stamp, and how I colored it in was with my Tim Holtz Distress markers, and I just shadowed it with the pumice stone, and then I colored it with the pumpkins with spiced marmalade, dried marigold, and rusty hinge, and kind of just colored each one, dried it with my heat gun, and then edged it with the other, blended it a little bit more, and then went in with the darkest and did that, and that's how I ended up with the pumpkins, the color they are. And then I used peeled paint, shabby shutters, and forest moss for the leaves and the grass. And then I used vintage photo, forest moss for the stems, and then I already told you pumice stone for the edges. The paper collection that I'm using is from Glitz, and it's called Raven. And and I stamped it with StazOn ink and onto 120-pound watercolor paper. And my measurements for this card is pretty simple. I do matte the image itself, and I use the third largest rectangle, Spellbinder's rectangle for that. Third or fourth. Fourth one, sorry you guys. And then I measured that with my ruler, and everything is an 1/8 inch, 1/8 inch larger than the original, like my, sorry guys, I'm drawing a blank, my stamped image. Here I messed up, and I realized that because I wanted to mat it onto some of the pattern paper from the Glitz collection, but then I realized I was supposed to mat it on the Glitz paper and then the Stampin' Up 80-pound black cardstock. So I had to rip it all off and cut another piece of the Stampin' Up black 80-pound cardstock. And see, it made a mess, but it'll all work out, I promise. So that's just a piece of the Glitz pattern paper. It's a really cute collection. I really like it. It's kind of I don't know, like you can use it for other things other than Halloween, and I like that. And it's kind of got a lot of like the end patterns, like the chevrons and the stripes and stuff like that. That's really like popular right now. So I'm just measuring my cardstock to make sure I cut the black cardstock at the right length and width, because I totally forgot what it was because I had this cardstock and everything all prepped in advance. So just using my American Crafts adhesive, I just kind of, it put a bunch all over the paper, and then I adhere it to the black matte cardstock. And I'm still not able to get it straight. I've had such an issue today with trying to get things straight. It's kind of getting ridiculous. I don't know. Today I guess is just an off day for me or something. My husband calls them "I pretty days." He tells me when I'm having days like this, I just need to sit and be pretty. Okay, so I'm just using some more of that pattern paper in like the black wood and white wood grain. And I just use the orange fizz cardstock from My Favorite Things, and it's a 100-pound cardstock. And then I'm using another piece of that pattern paper from that same Raven collection from Glitz, and just put a 1.5 inch strip down the center. And my orange mat is a standard A2 size card, and then the pattern paper underneath that is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. Now I'm using some Craft Smart ribbon from Michaels, and I'm using some washi tape to adhere it to the back, just so if I don't get it exactly how I want it. Washi tape is so easy to move, and this washi tape I actually found at Toys R Us, and it's Tinkerbell washi tape. But I love using washi tape when placing my ribbon, especially like this, because like right here is, see, I just lift it up and I adjust it, and it's not going to harm the cardstock, and the washi tape will just stick right back down. Now I want to stick my stamped image right in the center, and I'm going to keep everything flat, as in, except for I wanted to raise the sentiment slightly on this part. So just making sure it's as straight as possible, how I want it. I left it a little over because I want to put the sentiment to the right. So using my tweezers to help me get my ribbon through underneath the little piece of ribbon. I just love this ribbon. I think it's so cute. And I'm just tying my bow and fussing with it, and then I realized that for the way I tie bows, if I tie it upside down, then it'll be right side up eventually. I don't know, it's always been wonky that way with me. So I flip my card over, and then I tie it upside down, and then there we go. Now if you pinch your ribbon like I'm doing right here, and then you get your scissors, and you cut it at a diagonal, or like on a slant, it'll cut it to where you have like a cute little V-shaped cut in your ribbon, and it's so cute. Now I'm just adjusting my ribbon and getting the look I wanted. I think maybe I cut my ribbon strips a little too short, like the little tails, but then I adjusted again, and then I liked it. So now I'm stamping a sentiment on some more of that Orange Fizz 100-pound cardstock from My Favorite Things, and I'm using the Amy R's Wishful Thinking stamp set. And I noticed I didn't trim all the excess rubber off my stamp, so I have to fix that really quick, so I quit kind of gunking up my image or my sentiment. So I trim that, and then I heat dry my sentiment really quick, and it just says Hello Pumpkin on it. Now I'm using my Stampin' Up! 1 1/4 inch punch to cut the sentiment out. And then the same exact Stampin' Up! Black cardstock, just going to grab a scrap of it, and I'm going to cut out another 1 3/8 inch circle to mat my sentiment on. And I'm just going to use some American Crafts Pop Dots, and I'm just going to stick it and mat it onto the black cardstock. My tweezers, these are my resin tweezers, so they're a little gunky from when I make cabochons and stuff. I have yet to clean them. I'm just using some more of my tape runner and adding some adhesive to the back of the sentiment, and then I just place it on my card. I was hoping for a very quick and easy and fast mass producible card, and that's what I was kind of going for. So now I got my cardstock, and I'm just going to score it at the standard A2 size, which is 5 1/4 by 4 1/2, or wait, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, sorry. And then I'm just giving it a nice crease, and then I've got the inside already, and I wanted to keep the inside pretty basic also. And so I just got some more of that pattern paper, but I'm using like the orange pattern paper that's behind my pumpkins because it's light enough to where you can actually write your sentiment to the recipient. And I'm going to use another Amy R stamp, which says Happy Halloween, and it's from that same exact Wishful Thinking stamp set. And just heat set it to make sure the ink doesn't get all over the inside of my card base. And I'm just going to stick my inside panel into the inside of my card base and try and line it up as straight as possible. And I ran out of tape. So just lining up my card onto the base. And that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Toodles!